Most people believe they are failing because they are not doing enough, not working hard enough, not pushing themselves far enough, not wanting success badly enough. This belief feels comforting because it suggests the solution is simple: more effort. But this belief is false. Most people are not failing because they lack effort. They are failing because their effort is scattered. They are exhausted not from work, but from chasing the wrong things. They chase motivation. They chase excitement. They chase urgency. They chase the emotional surge that comes from starting something new. What they are really chasing is the feeling of progress, not progress itself. They confuse movement with direction. They confuse activity with achievement. Running faster does not help when you are running in circles. From a young age, we are conditioned to respond to pressure with intensity. When doubt appears, we push harder. When energy drops, we search for inspiration. When boredom arrives, we reach for stimulation. We are taught that effort must feel intense to be meaningful, that struggle is proof of seriousness, that calmness is laziness. But intensity is not a strategy. It is a reaction. And reactions cannot build anything stable. Intensity burns hot, but it burns short. It has no memory. It does not compound. It does not return tomorrow. That is why so many people begin with fire and disappear quietly. Not because they lacked intelligence, not because they lacked ambition, but because they relied on emotion instead of structure. Look carefully and you will recognize the cycle. A sudden burst of motivation, a strong promise to change everything, a strict routine that feels powerful for a few days, then distraction, then fatigue, then guilt, and finally, self-blame. The person assumes they are the problem, that something is wrong with them. But the person is not broken. What is missing is direction. Energy without direction does not create momentum. It leaks. And leaked energy turns inward. It becomes anxiety. It becomes frustration. It becomes self-doubt. Not because the person is weak, but because the force they possess has nowhere to go. Here is the truth most people never hear. Desire is not the enemy. Ambition is not the problem. The problem is unmanaged power. You do not lack drive, you lack containment. Discipline is not suppression. It is not punishment. It is not self-denial. Discipline is direction. It is the act of giving your energy a path so it stops fighting against you. Without direction, even strength becomes destructive. Fire warms when it is contained. When it is not, it destroys the house that holds it. The same force that can build a life can also burn it down. Most modern advice tells you to calm down, to want less, to reduce your ambition, to lower your expectations. This advice produces smaller lives, not stronger ones. The solution is not to eliminate intensity. The solution is to organize it. Intensity without structure is chaos. Intensity with structure becomes calm, not weak, calm. And calm is power that no longer wastes itself. I never chased opportunity. I built systems that made chasing unnecessary. I did not rely on motivation. I relied on repetition. Repetition removes emotion from action. It replaces decision with rhythm. When action becomes rhythm, progress continues even when emotion disappears. That is how momentum becomes permanent, not through excitement, but through order. Most people chase speed because speed feels like control. Movement feels reassuring. Stillness feels dangerous. But speed without alignment only accelerates collapse. Fast men burn out. Structured men endure. Endurance compounds. And what compounds eventually dominates. Time does not reward urgency. Time rewards consistency. When you stop chasing, something changes. The mind becomes quieter. Decisions become simpler. Energy stops scattering. You no longer argue with yourself every day. You no longer negotiate with your impulses. You move. Not because you feel inspired, but because movement has become normal. That is the difference between effort and discipline. Effort argues. Discipline proceeds. Most people never reach this state because they mistake chaos for passion and exhaustion for commitment. They believe suffering proves seriousness. But nothing meaningful is built in constant struggle. Order is quiet. And men who understand this do not announce their discipline. They demonstrate it through consistency. If you are tired of chasing, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not missing something essential. You are simply misdirected. Give your energy a direction. Give your effort a structure. Let repetition replace emotion. Let time do what motivation never could. Discipline is direction. There is something most people never notice about discipline. It is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. Discipline works quietly, in the background, while others are busy reacting. Most people believe progress should feel exciting. They expect visible rewards early. They want proof before patience. But discipline produces results in silence long before they appear on the surface. This is why disciplined people often look ordinary, until suddenly they are not. The real danger of chasing is not failure. It is fragmentation. When you chase many things, your attention splits. When attention splits, power weakens. Focus is not about effort. It is about exclusion. Every time you say yes to distraction, you say no to depth. Depth is where leverage lives, and leverage is what allows small effort to produce large results over time. Most people never experience leverage because they never stay in one direction long enough. They move when things get uncomfortable. They change paths when progress slows. They abandon structure when emotion fades. But emotion always fades. Structure remains. Discipline is not something you feel. It is something you decide once and stop negotiating with afterward. This is why disciplined people appear calm under pressure. They are not calmer by nature. They are calmer by design. Their energy is already assigned. There is no internal debate. When you stop chasing stimulation, your nervous system resets. You stop needing constant novelty. You stop seeking external validation. Your attention returns inward. Your work becomes deeper. Your output becomes heavier. Not louder, heavier. This is when time begins to work for you instead of against you, because time rewards direction, not excitement. A man who stays in one direction long enough eventually bends reality in his favor, not through force, through accumulation. You do not need more intensity. You do not need more motivation. You need fewer directions and stronger commitment to one. When direction is clear, discipline becomes natural. And when discipline becomes natural, progress becomes inevitable. Discipline is direction.